as soon as the season starts, everyone naturally strives for better weapons and better gear. If you start late, it can be a bit difficult. But luckily there is a baby in the game that just didn't get the memo. This weapon destroys everything. It doesn't matter who you're up against, doesn't matter what gear, green, blue, purple, they all have to fear this absolute PvP machine that is available very early on. But why? Well, for starters, because of its relatively high raw damage. That means you can bring a target to their knees even with body shots very quickly. But the bigger problem comes with the headshot multiplier, because when we see here that even with the best helmet currently available, the weapon still deals 63 damage. That hurts like hell. So now we begin to understand why this thing is so good. Because no matter what gear you have, when you lose that much HP in a second, your next thought is probably not, it's time to push. No, in most cases the opponent will play very defensively then. This gives us time to work. And then with a second tap, for example with another weapon, we can finish the job. And usually what you want to do is when you see a target, you want to land a so-called tag. That means you shoot the target, hit the target, so that your opponent loses a significant amount of HP, which then again gives us plenty of time to work, because he now has to take cover and heal. Because he knows if he re-peaks, one headshot could kill him now. This means it's time for us to push, preferably with a grenade. Because of two things, we can potentially kill him but also interrupt the heal. Because if he's forced to sprint, it will interrupt whatever he's doing. And that again means our target is still tagged, and we can finish him with a second weapon or with the sniper rifle itself if you're very good at it. And voila! That's how fast you can get blue gear and a beautiful new weapon and a thick backpack and so on. It's also very important, especially against groups, that you have a positional advantage, so you can deal damage while not taking too much damage yourself. Because the idea is you peek only very briefly when you're ready to shoot, while people with assault rifles can only deal damage while they're peeking themselves, so they expose themselves for a longer period of time. And that's when you can deal the most amount of damage. And after you landed a couple of hits, they usually retreat or go behind cover to heal, and this is your time to shine. And of course, grenades would make your life a lot easier. Another very important tip is the so-called cover hug. Basically, you always want to stay near cover, because with a bolt action sniper you only have one shot, and after that you need to be behind cover to avoid taking too much damage while you're chambering your next shot. Because you don't want to expose yourself in the open with a weapon that, well, has to reload basically. So really, hug that cover. But you know, sometimes you get lucky and you don't have to do anything. But for the cases where we have to do something again, try to stay near cover. And only peek when you're ready to take the shot and then go straight back to cover. This will put a lot of pressure onto your opponent. This player, for example, is already dead. He just doesn't know it yet. As I said, this weapon can kill anything with 2 shots. We got a body hit here, meaning with a headshot we could kill him with 1 shot now, because the body shot did 49 damage. So a headshot even with the best helmet will kill him now, and there you go. And of course it's a sniper, so we can actually use it to snipe, especially since it doesn't lose power at higher ranges, different than other weapons. But I mainly use it as the great equalizer, if other people just have way better gear than I have, to give me the edge in a fight against a stronger opponent. Another very important tip: if you kill somebody that has a sniper as well, just take his. Yours isn't short, so you get some money back. An easy guide to insurance fraud. And speaking about money, let's have a look. Now, the weapon itself is not necessarily the cheapest one, but still cheap for what you get. The weapon itself is 6,800 credits, then some ammo. You don't need a lot of stacks, one is usually enough, you don't snipe that much in one raid, or at least usually. So in terms of that, you need less ammo for this weapon compared to others, but you absolutely need some sort of sight scope, because the iron sight is horrible. So some more credits, and then we have the insurance, of course. We have to pay a bit, but therefore we get also a huge chunk back. So if you put everything into the calculator, we see that the weapon effectively only costs 5,750 credits, and that's not much for what it offers. And if you need more money, there's a video on the channel for that as well. But usually you want to bring a second gun with you. But which one? A shotgun is a very good choice, especially since it has the same playstyle. So use cover and only show yourself when you're ready for a peek. And when you peek, you deal a lot of damage with that thing. It's also great for stopping pushes, because if somebody rushes you, just place the crosshair at about head level, a bit to the side away from cover to compensate for the speed at which the player comes around the corner, and when they come, quick double tap, there you go. Now you will encounter players that are pretty good and do the same thing, and then it's best to use grenades, because they will use cover and make it very hard for you. But with grenades you can outplay even that, because you're still the aggressor after the tag with the sniper. So they are still under a lot of pressure. Now we have the Scrapper, or however that's pronounced, a pretty early cheap SMG. While with that thing you have to practice the recoil for a little bit, otherwise it will go everywhere but your target. Another problem with it is it's empty pretty quickly. So if you're not careful, you suddenly stand there with an empty magazine and have to switch to your sniper at close range. Well, hope you hit that shot. And we have the Bulldog. It's pretty much the same as the shotgun, except for that you have only 2 rounds, but therefore you can shoot them insanely fast. So it's really down to personal preference, what you prefer, what playstyle. But in general, I think shotguns complement this loadout very, very well. And if you want to be super cool, you don't even need a second weapon, you just use grenades. And of course there's the standard SMG as a second weapon, but in my opinion it's not very good, it's too situational, so I don't use it. But let me know if it works for you a little better than for me in the comment section down below. And that's basically it. Like I said, the great thing about it is that it deals a massive amount of damage, is super strong and available from the start, and still viable later into the season when everybody is running around with a blue, purple or whatever armor. And this weapon then still poses a pretty big threat to those players, especially because they don't want to lose their valuable gear to a tier 1 weapon. You can even stop whole teams with that thing and stand your grounds. Another last tip at the end, this weapon also has a lot of place for different attachments, and you will find attachments everywhere on the map, especially the ones for sniper rifles, as not many people use it. So you can upgrade your weapon as you go. And it usually increases the ergonomics. So it reduces the ADS, the time it takes for your weapon to go from the hipfire position to the aiming through your sight. It will never come close to a Call of Duty quickshot, but hey, it helps. And I hope this video was helpful. If so, don't forget to thumbs up, as it really supports the channel. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section below or Discord. Otherwise, subscribe for more, and good luck in your raids.